Happy Tuesday, Boalia Desmond here. Thank you for tuning in. I titled my message today, Tell Your Story. You know, I often remind our community when I'm on these videos about the importance of telling your story. You know, maybe you had a story, maybe you had a dream when you were little and you always, you always dressed up in a certain way and you'd say, someday when I grow up, I want to be X, Y, and Z. And then experiences happen and life happened to you. And maybe you've squashed those dreams and you don't even think about those things anymore. But what story are you telling yourself? Like when people meet you, they want to know something about you, right? It's natural that when we meet someone, we want to know who they are. Or even if we're in a room and we're observing somebody from afar, you always wonder what their story is all about. Because you can tell sometimes by the way a person carries themselves, their posture, that, there's a story to tell. Each of us, each and every one of us has a story to tell. And it's an important story. And sometimes, we kind of dismiss the details of telling some parts of our story because we think maybe it's not important enough, or maybe it's an embarrassing part of our story, or maybe we just kind of want to suppress it because it's not a good story. It's something that maybe we're not proud of. It's something that has really kind of altered our personality even. But, what do you love? When you think about yourself today, what are the things that you love? What are the things that you love to help people with? Because we all by nature are created to take care of someone or take care of something, to represent something. But your story can help someone. Because somebody out there is waiting to hear that whatever it is that they're going through, which you have gone through and you have made it, that they too will make it. So never be afraid to tell your story. But my most important part of my story tonight, or my talk tonight, is to ask you this very important question. When was the last time that you were proud of yourself? When was the last time that you were proud of yourself? Every Friday I call Friday Celebration Friday. Thankful for the Higdon group. Ray always says to us, we need to celebrate every single Friday. And in our group, we do a dance. Like if you are, brave enough to record yourself dancing, you record it and you share it to the group. Why? Because we're celebrating. We're celebrating the wins. We're celebrating things that we did that make us proud of who we are. Because honestly, prior to joining that group, being part of Rank Makers, I didn't celebrate myself every week. I didn't. But now I see the importance of it, because it makes you kind of take a step back, and you look at your life and you look at the things that you're doing, and every single decision that you make every day brings you to a point of either you're celebrating something, regardless of what it is that you did something that made you better. And when you are working towards goals, when you're working towards something, when you understand that your life isn't just about you and it isn't just for you, you're always working towards something. You're making yourself better. And that is a celebration. If you did some act of kindness for someone, that is worth celebrating. If you took care of yourself and you exercise, that is worth celebrating. If you ate right, if you are a go-getter, and you're a person that doesn't know how to relax and you actually took some time to relax, that is a celebration. Everything is a celebration, and it makes up a part of who you are. So when was the last time that you were proud of yourself? Did you step out of your comfort zone and do something? Maybe you called someone that you had always been afraid to call. When you join communities, right? There's so many communities that I'm a part of on social media. And especially if you join a challenge, one of the things that they ask you to do is introduce yourself to the group, right? You got to do a video. Maybe you did that for the first time. I remember doing that for the first time and how uncomfortable that felt, or even just how uncomfortable it felt doing a live video. That was crazy. But your story is important, and who you're becoming is important. So friends, always remember, your story may mean you saving a life. It may mean you giving hope to somebody who is losing hope. So never be afraid to tell it. If you're telling a story about who you were to where you are today, that there is victory there. There is victory there. If you have overcome something, there is victory. So never forget how important you are. Number one, you are important. You're important to God especially. You're important to the people who know you and the people who will someday meet you, the people whose legacy you're going to leave behind. You're going to leave a legacy that that people are going to remember you by. Okay? So never be afraid to tell your story. Never be afraid to tell it. When was the last time that you did something that you're proud of? So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.